broadcasting on the DVC to all points unknown. If you're within the sound of my voice, you're listening to Welcome Home Podcast on the DVC.
Hello, everyone. Welcome home. Hold on a sec. Let's get this picture out of here and show us. Hey, look at that. There we are. How's it going, everybody? Thank you for joining us on episode 78, our first live episode that we've ever done. We're pretty excited about this. I know most of you are really excited to see Damon live and in person, but instead, you have a puppet. So it's Damon. This is Damon's substitute.
So you guys, I see the Welcome Home logo on the main page where I don't see the actual live of us.
We're live now. We're good.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're live. For those listening on podcasts, this is going to sound a little bit weird, but we're doing a live broadcast now.
Yep. There's a bit of a delay on the page. Yeah. So
there you go. A little bit of a delay. This, it's just in case anybody.
Wait. So who's coming on with us? Who are you sending the link to? Who's here? Who wants to come on with us?
Well, yeah, we have to hear who's going to come on, and then we can just bring some people on and just kind of go from there, right? We're just kind of winging this. This is us just doing our episode and wanting people to write in and ask us questions. Whoa, my gosh! Oh, we're getting all these things. Hey, Wendy, thanks for joining. I don't know what that symbol is. Is that just a hello?
No, it's clapping hands.
Oh, it's clapping hands. Okay, thanks, Wendy, for that. We appreciate that. But go ahead and start asking us some questions in the comments. We can start talking about a few things here. But this is fun to be live. We got some people watching too.
Do you notice how you can't? Tom edits out all his ums, and now he can't, so he's all upset about it.
I don't edit out any ums of my own, so I don't know what you're talking about. I edit out other people's ums, but not my own. Everybody hears those usually. So we Francisco's joined us. Hey, what's up, Francisco? Thanks for joining. Looking good.
But who's joining us in the actual video portion? Come on, who wants to join us? Anybody want to join us?
I mean, I'm sure somebody does.
Where's Jeremy?
Thank you, Wendy. Damon That's hilarious.
See Victoria there. Hi, Victoria.
Hey, Victoria. Yeah. Thanks for joining us. I'm sure everybody's happy, I guess, to see our faces, maybe.
There's
LOL,
Jeremy.
Hi, Jeremy. I don't know if we can let Jeremy on. Look, the puppet was just shaking his head right at the same time. This is not planned, by the way. This is Damon's not puppeteering here. So.
No. My shoulder prohibits such a thing, but I think maybe in the future that might be something that would be fun.
Yeah.
All right. No, we wanted to discuss some things, right? Didn't we have a?
We got some things.
Mm-hmm.
Well, let's start off with the obvious, I guess, right? Francisco hasn't shaved. Well, obviously, I haven't either, Francisco. I'm calling my this is my quarantine beard. It's going to stay until I'm out of it. So once I can leave the house again, I will shave. But I'm with you, man. I haven't shaved, so I'm I get it. But I'm just here, with the beard. We're going to keep rocking that. Hey, Scott, thanks for joining us. We got some people watching this. So I think we should probably start in the obvious place, right? We don't really want to talk about this, but we're going to anyway because it's there, right?
Yeah.
So
the elephant in the room.
Yeah, the elephant in the room, right? So, essentially my trip is now canceled. I'm not going, obviously, at the end of April, even though, they're saying they're going to pay cast members through April 18th. That doesn't necessarily mean we're actually going to be there April 18th, but so essentially now all the parks, Disney World and Disneyland, are closed until further notice. Probably the smart thing for them to do so they don't have to give an exact date and then keep delaying it, right? Probably makes more sense to do it that way.
Yeah.
I would think. But yeah, so I know my trip's canceled. I did have to cancel our event for the meetup, so that's unfortunate. We'll try to do that another time. But
so we still have October planned, or at least I do. I haven't changed anything. So, I think we can, let's say for now, October, we'll have to kind of play it or see how things play out here over the next couple of months.
Yeah, I think we need to figure it out. Can we talk about Derek saying Damon's puppet is slightly less creepy than the DVC blue puppet?
Wait, what DVC blue puppet?
I don't know which one he's talking about.
Ooh.
Oh. Oh man, this is really funny.
I see Jody loves the puppet.
Jody's a fan of the puppet.
Yeah.
We're not going to censor that word. That's fine. The puppet is everything. We need more reactions out of the puppet, though.
Like I said, the puppet is currently in an arm issue. So once I get a little bit better, the puppet will be far better puppeteered. Let's say that.
I wonder if anybody thought they were actually going to get to see you during this live broadcast.
I mean, maybe.
I'm sure somebody thought so. Oh, okay. The puppet from the old. Okay, I kind of remember this now. I think I know what you're talking about. I got to see if I can find a picture of this and put this up here. Let's see. But yeah, so we're. Oh, I see what you're. Okay, I know exactly what you're talking about. That blue puppet.
Oh, the Crash Bandicoot puppet.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. This one. Okay. Hold on.
Crash Bandicoot. Was it?
Let's see if I can.
There was a cool show. What was it called? Crash and Bernstein.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Hold on. I'm going to put this up so you guys can see that what we're talking about here. I got a picture of it. Let's see. Oh, there he is. I love it. That's funny. What is the guy doing in the background of that picture?
Dude, that puppet is awesome. I wish I had that puppet.
I like the puppet. I think he's cool.
Mm-hmm.
I'm a fan. He's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Oh, this is Tiffany saying this is exactly how she envisioned that you look like Damon. So
it's awesome. He also isn't even wearing a welcome home hat. He's wearing an exclusive Disney Vacation Club hat.
Why didn't you put your hat on it? The non-grandpa hat or whatever you call it.
Because his head is so small. Yep, it doesn't fit.
Oh, it doesn't.
Because
okay.
flapper. Nope, does not fit.
No, that was good timing. You always think we planned these movements, but yeah, no, it does. Nope.
It does not fit.
Wait, who else wants an invite to come join us? It's up to 6 people.
Oh, we got 6 people on the list. Are you handling the list?
No. I'm just saying is that.
Oh, how many we can get? So we can add an additional 3 people is what you're saying here. Yeah. So what we were talking about before.
Tom, post the link in there, so then we don't have to deal with it.
No, but then a whole bunch of people are going to join out of nowhere.
Tom, they're not, and if they do, great for us.
All right, fine.
Yeah.
All right, let's see here. Oh, that's not the thing I wanted to post. Hold on a sec.
So I am not going in October anymore, just in case anyone cares. I don't even know if I'm going to go in November. When there is a vaccine or a definitive drug treatment plan, I will reconsider. But I'm just not all that. Actually, I'm canceling my Busch Gardens season pass as well. I'm out.
Oh, wow.
Yep.
Yeah,
okay.
You're really backing off.
Yeah.
Yeah, my parents live with us, and I'm just not.
I get that.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. That makes sense. Yeah, I'm sad because I was more excited about this Disney trip than any in recent memory, just because of all the new stuff that there is, and just because of how old my daughter is. I felt like she was going to get a lot out of this trip, but it's just it is what it is.
The problem is everyone's got a story, right? Like I'll say that the problem that I'm kind of having is my son's a sophomore, right? So he'll be a junior next year, and that means if we don't go in November, and then we're going to plan a specific senior sort of, graduation thing, that we're kind of out a year. You know what I mean? So that's the tough part. And we had actually planned on going to Dollywood as well, but I am going to be amusement park free for a while, I think.
Staying away from large crowds and such.
Staying away from large crowds. Unless, like I said, the vaccine's not going to be here for a while for what we know, right? This is all conjecture. So if there is a definitive drug treatment, that might change my plan. But as of right now, I don't think so. I'm a little bummed because I want to do the Hollywood Horror Nights at Universal Studios, so I'm kind of bummed about that.
Yeah, that is a bummer for sure. Like I said, I was excited. I mean, I was excited for Moonlight Magic. I was going to finally get to do a Moonlight Magic. It was Magic Kingdom.
But I think Tiffany's looking for an invite.
Well, the link's right there, Tiffany.
Yeah, just copy it. Yep. Bring it. Put it in your browser. Copy that StreamYard link, and then you should be able to get on. You just got to make sure Tom adds you.
Yeah, I mean, I'll be.
He made me sit around for a while.
I didn't even see that
he-
you were there. I was trying to set some things up. I'm trying to get everything going here.
No, actually, he just didn't want to let Damon in.
That's
Yeah.
obviously true. That's 100% correct. I was purposely leaving Damon out of this as much as possible. So obviously some things have changed here. We don't really know what the future holds. We'll kind of see what happens. Oh, and look, we got a visitor. We got Tiffany. All right, let's see. Let's bring in Tiffany here.
And we have a question from Allison.
Oh, there's
Tiffany.
Tiffany.
Hi.
Hey.
Hi, Tiffany.
I wish I could wave. But I can't. Wait, if you wait a few minutes, he'll wait.
There it is.
There you go. He's kind of waving. There you go. That's really funny. Welcome to. Thanks for joining, Tiffany.
Yeah.
Oh, thank you for inviting all of your fans to participate.
Yeah, this is cool.
Yeah.
Wait, so Allison has a question, and then so now Tiffany, you have to answer all the questions with us.
Okay, I'll answer all the questions with you.
Okay,
All
this
right.
is just a long question. My gosh, we're even blocking Tiffany and Damon right now. Sorry, we'll leave it up for a second here. So we got 2 questions. Have any of you done RCI, and are there any decent RCI vacations people can vouch for? Do you think that people who own direct at Riviera are going to find it more difficult to book at the 11-month mark in about 10 years when the resale owners are only allowed to book there? Some good questions there.
All right, I'll go first. So,
All right, you go first, Damon.
No, we've never done any RCI things, but I can understand how that is a legitimate question these days, especially with the points. And do we think that people are going to own it? I don't know. I think that 10 years out is so long. I think a lot of things are going to change.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think so. No, I don't think it will be a problem. If I just go with whatever he says when he says it, it's going to make for an interesting discussion.
Well, I've never done an RCI vacation, and my fiance and I were seriously considering buying into Riviera Direct before everything happened. So we are not yet owners, but we're hoping that when things calm down and we can reschedule our wedding and all of that stuff that has been postponed, then we still plan on buying into Riviera. So hopefully in 10 years, it'll be okay for us, but we'll see.
Geez, that's. I mean, I feel bad now complaining about my canceled vacation.
No, it's okay. Yeah. We almost picked April 2020 as our dates, and then we went into October. So we didn't book anything for April, but we also didn't book anything for October. But our engagement party was supposed to be next month, so that has been postponed. And but so we have no idea what's happening with anything anymore. Yeah. And it's okay. We still have our jobs, so we're grateful for that.
That's definitely good. That's definitely good. No. I go ahead, Trevor. It sounded like you were going to talk there.
Well, yeah, I was just going to say I'm sorry that the for you, Tiffany, and for everybody, how this is
Wait, what are you drinking?
Oh, I'm drinking a Boylan bottle of black cherry.
Black cherry.
Oh, good.
Yeah. I mean, it sucks, right? Like, I think that the worst part about this is how we're all just kind of in limbo right now.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So, I mean, I guess for me personally, I'm not canceling anything yet, but from now until October is a long time, and a lot can change between now and then. So,
right.
We'll just have to wait and see on that one.
Yeah, and I was playing it by ear, but it obviously at this point it's kind of a lost cause. So it's funny because right after the announcement, I called up DVC and I only waited about a half hour. I thought it was going to be like hours that I was sitting on hold to cancel everything, but I only waited like a half hour. They were super nice about it. Luckily for me, I don't have any borrowed points because I never have any points left over. I always, not borrowed points. I'm bank's points. So I didn't have any bank's points. I always use all my points. So it wasn't a big deal because they're going to put them back into that use year. So shouldn't be too big of a deal. But that's, there's something going on here. So
I know that Scott had asked that, kind of said that he didn't plan on going for a while. The only one of the things I'm kind of thinking is that, this is not to say that I might not go, but might not go to the parks. That's the other interesting thought. I think that the amount of people in the park and kind of the lines that you end up having to stand in may be more prohibitive in terms of this. So I may end up doing my Thanksgiving trip with no parks. It's possible.
Interesting. Yeah. That's possible. One of the we can scroll up here and do some more of these comments that came through. There's a couple other questions to answer. Just go back to Allison's question. I've never done RCI. I have looked at their availability before and not really seen anything available. So I just have never been able to do it. But if anybody that's watching this right now has done RCI, let us know what you've done with RCI, and we can post that comment up and hopefully help Allison out here. But I have never done RCI, so I'm not super familiar with it, to be totally honest.
Yeah,
so,
I think RCI is one of those things that, everyone was aware of it, and usually it never made sense to do it. But I think because of people canceling their vacations now, you're probably going to find that a lot of people are going to really dive into RCI because it's a good way to use your points if you're not going to take your vacation, or if your points are going to expire here pretty quick. It might be a good way to at least salvage your points for this year. So we're going to have to really keep an eye on this one because if you think about, we're really only 2 weeks into this whole situation. Yeah, see, Damon agrees with me. Just not.
Yeah, no, he's saying no. He's saying no. It's a lot of no's. Yeah.
wait. So Francisco had two questions too, but the pins are only given out. It's like being like knighted, I think. So
the welcome home.
We're kind of like, I feel like sometimes we're kind of jerks about this stuff, but it's awesome at the other end of it too. So we only give out the pins and hats, or exclusively something that we give out to people we either meet or kind of we talk to, and something cool and some sort of cool interaction or things like that. We're probably not going to, we definitely are not going to sell them. So they're going to be one of those things that we just kind of give out. And our DVC prices are going down a bit. Yeah. It's interesting. I saw a lot of right of first refusals passed up and all that, but I think they're going to go down. I think that the DVC prices, I don't think the new DVC prices are going to go down, but where's Derek? Where's Derek? Is Derek still here?
Derek's watching.
Derek's there. That's a great question for Derek. I don't know why Derek's not on with a video cam. Yeah,
we talked about it on the last episode. If you didn't see the last or listen to the last episode, I guess you can't see it. But on the last episode, we talked a lot about how this will affect prices. Nick was on with us, and oh my goodness! And look who we have here. Look who decided to join us. Old soccer crocs, Jeremy Murray himself.
Hi, Jeremy. And of course he has a Mickey in the background.
He's got a.
I just barely put that there to cover up my Lysol.
Oh. Well, I was seriously contemplating putting on my Minnie Mouse bride hat with the veil and the white.
Fine.
Yeah. I don't know.
Have your husband go run that down.
It's like I'm in the attic and it's all the way in the living room. I have it.
I like your door color though.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, I bought this at a thrift store. It was black, and I painted it blue for when we do our show on Saturday nights. We film.
Wait, what show is that? We're gonna let you plug it. We let you plug it.
Oh, thank you. Thank you for letting me plug it. It's not. So we're cinematic for the people, where we riff movies that are in the public domain and we put them on YouTube, and we do it about once a week or every couple of weeks. And these are like the bottom of the barrel public domain movies that even Mystery Science Theater
wouldn't touch. Mystery Science Theater, it sounds like.
Yeah. But these are like the really bad ones that even they wouldn't touch. We don't do what they would do because they do it much better. But we do it remotely. That's actually kind of how I met my fiance. And so we broadcast from the same place. He's over there, and I'm over here.
I was wondering why your webcam was so nice, and that you actually knew what you were doing.
Yeah,
it looks better than Tom's and Trevor's. I'm gonna be honest with you.
And I even have a snowball microphone, but I use this most of the time. And then we have Russ is in Massachusetts, and Jim's in Ohio, and sometimes we have a couple other guest hosts. And there is a plot. We have a subplot where there's episodes, but we haven't actually progressed that very much lately. Gotcha. We were doing a lot of one-offs. We just dropped Annihilator, which was an audio only that we did. The Annihilator was from the 1980s. It was a failed TV project, a pilot. So it's a 2-hour TV movie that was supposed to launch a TV show that never happened. And so we did that. And then we did a St. Patrick's Day special that was a full-length movie. And that was, cool, but yeah, so that's what I do. But
very cool.
Question was, like fun. Thank you for letting me plug it.
Oh, no problem.
We have 232 subscribers.
Nice. Wait, so we have to
That's
answer
good.
Scott's question now,
Sure,
though.
yeah.
No,
Yeah,
we've never met. So how did we all meet? So I guess that was the Disney Vacation Club group. Tom posted a message. Oh, we'll let Tom tell it because it's his story.
And of course he has a Mickey in the back.
Wait, who's feeding back? Is that you, Tom?
That sounds like Jeremy. I think Jeremy.
That was probably Jeremy. Yeah.
Jeremy, what are you doing here, man?
I'm so confused. Like, it was just funny seeing Damon when I was a viewer, but now I'm trying to get social cues off the puppet, and it's just
the funny thing. This is going to make for a terrible podcast, but it's a great live thing to watch because the puppet. Yeah, and he just agreed. The puppet keeps doing random things, and David is not doing this live. He recorded this before, and it's just the puppet is randomly doing things that seem to agree with what we're talking about, which is amazing.
I was really focused in on what Tiffany was saying because I wanted to catch the name of her thing, and then so I put back on my phone so I could read the live stream to see if it was written there, and that's when the noise went over.
I have dual monitor, so I'm following the chat on this one and camera here.
Smart way to do it.
All right, so Tom, tell your story.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, so the story is I decided I wanted to start a Disney podcast because my wife was tired of hearing me talk about Disney all the time. So I needed a different outlet to do this because it was driving her a little crazy. So Disney Vacation Club Neighborhood got created, and I posted something out there. I said, hey, who wants to do a Disney podcast? And there were tons of comments of like, there's a million Disney podcasts. Why do you want to create another one? And that's fair. You know, there's a lot of Disney podcasts, but I wanted to do something different. I wanted to do something from a DVC angle. I thought it would be really cool to do it that way. And, you know, Damon and Trevor and a couple other people actually too had responded and reached out to me. And Damon and Trevor were the only two that weren't flaky and actually continued talking to me. And it just so happened we've never met in person except for Damon and I. Damon and I have had dinner. But
yes,
Trevor,
we did. I kind of forgot about that, Tom. I'm sorry.
What's that?
I kind of forgot about that, to be honest.
We had dinner? Yeah, well, we did.
It was a very good dinner, by the way, too.
It was delicious. It was very good. We had some good barbecue down here in North Carolina. Yes. But yeah, so you know, we've never done a thing all together, and we were going to do that in October. But it sounds like Damon's trip is canceled now, so we're not all going to meet up. But I probably still plan on coming. So at least Trevor and I, as long as his trip is still on, we'll make that happen. But. Yeah. We'll have to see. I need to know who did the angry face on this post. There's an angry face on here. I'd be
angry about this post too. I'm kind of angry about it.
What are you angry about?
I don't know. So can me and Trevor tell our reasonings? Because I don't think we've ever actually talked about our reasoning. So
go ahead.
You know, I actually wanted to do a podcast not about Disney but about other things, and I just could never feel like I had the time to actually get it done. So Tom is very good at kind of getting it done, like going forward with everything, making sure this was done, making sure that was done. And I just was like, oh boy, wait, there's going to be somebody that hosts and edits the audio and I don't have to do that. Okay. Well, this isn't my first choice, but I'm in. But what's funny about the Tom and myself is that, so Tom lived in New Jersey, not far away from where I lived in New Jersey. And then we both moved down here and now he's in North Carolina, not too far away from where I'm in North Carolina. So that's kind of funny.
Yeah. It just kind of happened, you know?
Yeah.
I don't know why Trevor joined us. He'll have to tell us.
Well, so my reasons are actually very similar to Tom's. I was on the Disney Vacation Club neighborhood group, and I just happened to see Tom's post. And yeah, you know, my wife was the same as his wife. You know, I was really diving deep into all the Disney stuff, and I realized, you know, I've never done anything like this before. I'm not actually usually somebody that will get up in front of people or, you know, speak to a crowd. And I just realized it was something that I had to try. And I'm glad that I did because, you know, we've had an awesome time doing it. So, yeah.
And our 3-year anniversary is coming up in probably in a few days. Yeah, I think it's next week. It's kind of like a fun 3-year anniversary show that we're doing live for everybody on our Facebook page. So,
yeah. I do have a question. I've got a question for the Facebook page, actually.
Oh, here we go.
So the other day, Damon in the wait list put out a video of himself going through the closet or going through the attic and looking for toys.
That would be a nice closet. That's what.
Yeah, that was a huge closet. So how many other people were looking for reflective surfaces to see if they could catch a glimpse of Damon?
Me.
I've met people from the group as well.
Damon's a man of mystery. He's even on his personal Facebook page, he doesn't post pictures of himself. So.
I always yes, my personal Facebook page I don't either. Yes, it's just my kids. Nope. You're absolutely right, Puppet Dude. You are absolutely right, Puppet Dude.
The puppet is killing me, man.
I love the puppet. I should have thought of that.
so Katie, you missed it. I have a bad shoulder, and I could not keep his mouth closed because it was too tiring. But I got you next time. I've been working out now. I've been doing the therapy. I'm good. Wait, so
Katie wants the puppet's mouth to be closed because it's open all the time. So.
Yeah, I know. All right, wait, hold on. But we have more questions though. So Scott, yes, my kids are. Well, I don't even think my kids.
I put that up there.
Yeah, we've been there so often. I don't necessarily think my kids necessarily care if we cancel our trip. So the other reason that I'm kind of having for canceling in October is that, my two kids are going to be in high school, and because they've missed so much school and North Carolina is really not doing any distance learning, the problem that I'm going to have is I believe next year they're going to be in for it once we start school. So to take them out again twice, October, then November, like I said, November's up in the air, but October's just out because I can't take them out again. And the other thing that we're having a problem is with just sports in general. They've missed a lot of sports time. So, we can't pull them out for a few days. So my next trip, I bet you I'll be there in November. I just might not be at the parks. That's kind of the way I feel about it at this point. And wait, I'm answering all the questions though now. Do I think that Disney opens up, the crowds will be crazy?
I was doing Gwendolyn's question. I was doing Gwendolyn's question here.
Well, I'm just answering both in one shot.
Okay.
Sorry. All right. Sorry, it was a secondary follow-up question from her anyway.
Fair enough. So Gwendolyn, I'll answer. I don't have a trip scheduled at this moment. So I do try to plan. I'm probably going to do the first week of October is maybe what I'm going to try, or I'm sorry, it's going to have to be the last week of September just based on my wife's schedule. But that's probably what I'm looking at. Or in the, if they're back open by July, we might go in the middle of July when it's horrifically hot and awful. But we'll have to see. We're playing it by ear at this point. So, Trevor, I don't know if you want to say when you're in October. Right?
We're still in October. I'm not changing anything yet, but this is all very up in the air, right? We could have this conversation again in 2 weeks, and we may all have different answers.
Yeah, that's exactly right. We really don't know. Mm-hmm. How about Jeremy and Tiffany? You guys have trips scheduled?
Go ahead, Tiffany.
Oh no, go ahead, Jeremy.
Okay. So we're going in January 2020 or 2021. And I'm optimistic hesitantly because I think that's far enough out so that we should probably be able to figure something else out. And there's a rare opportunity to fly out for less than $350 out of Vermont, because Vermont's so rural. It takes us 4 hours to get to a real airport. So we always take basically a small airplane to a big airport and then take a bigger airplane down to Florida. And we saw some flights today that were desirable flights that were $220, and usually we can't get under $350.
Oh, wow.
So
nice.
I think we're actually going to pull the trigger soon on airplane flights because they're 30% cheaper than we've ever seen them.
Nice.
Yeah, we were discussing maybe November before all of this all happened. And we were seriously considering going in April of next year for my 40th birthday. And
you don't have to tell the truth on here. You can say 30th,
Yeah, my second 30th birthday. No, I will be 40 next year. And
welcome to the club.
And we were also thinking of doing a dual, because I was already planning on that and then we're like, well, what if we get married, since we're going to get married, since everything's being pushed back a little bit, what if we do our honeymoon / birthday trip and go for 2 weeks instead of one? And I'm like, yes, that is amazing. So I don't know, we're looking at tentatively November and definitely next April. So it just depends on a lot of things that everything's up in the air right now. So
yeah, no, understand. So Dan's asking, let's go to Dan's question. Dan's a frequent commenter in our group here. Will the 50th anniversary crowds be outrageous? I know, Damon, you already answered this because you just wanted to answer a bunch of questions at once. I think the 50th anniversary was already going to be nuts anyway, right? It was already going to be crazy. I do wonder though now with construction being halted on everything, is everything going to be ready for the 50th anniversary? Because a lot of the stuff they were building and with the hopes that they were going to be ready by 50th anniversary, that might be in jeopardy now. I don't know.
Or they may push out things starting a little bit later because it was supposed to be July next year, right?
When they were going to do the anniversary stuff,
it's October is Disney World. Sorry, I was thinking Disneyland.
Yeah, I'm assuming they're just going to party all year. I mean, that would be my assumption.
Maybe they're going to bring out the cake now. The cake
castle. The cake castle.
Plan B.
Plan B.
Now I got to get a picture of the cake castle to put up in case people haven't seen this.
I never saw the cake castle in person, but I saw pictures, and I actually like the cake castle, and I wish I had seen it in person.
I like it.
I haven't been to Disney World as much as other people. I went as a kid in the 80s, and then in 2014 I went twice because my brother was a cast member at the time, and I had work conferences down there twice. So I was like, yay, I got to go for a couple of days with my brother. But yeah, I really wish I had seen the cake castle. I have pictures of it actually, like on my old computer.
My wife's first trip was during the cake castle. So that's what she thinks is normal.
The cake castle is the normal thing to have.
Yeah.
Here, let's put the cake castle up here for those that are not initiated with the cake castle.
Wait, so Tom does? He did. Yeah, that's bad. Right in the middle of everybody.
Right in the middle of everybody. We'll just put that up there for the middle of everybody.
It's cute.
There's Trevor's icon now.
I love it.
Yeah, Trevor's covered by the cake castle.
Tom had some good info in his episode 78 rundown, right? So this is one I just going to pick out the things I want to talk about as per usual.
It's not really all that different than any other.
No, it's funny because sometimes I'll be like, Tom, move that up because I'm not going to be able to stay on and I want to talk about that. So this is permits filed for Stitch's Great Escape Demolition. Oh yeah, and then work slated to begin on rumored Wreck-It Ralph attraction.
Yeah. Yes. I mean, Damon, are you upset about this? I know you loved Stitch. Well, no, you loved Alien Encounter, right?
I loved Alien Encounter. Stitch was fine. The problem is it's not coming back. So the fact that they're in this again is all rumored, right? But the fact that they were planning on maybe using the circular area, that's like a big thing for me.
Sorry, the puppet right now is shocked and
of course he's very shocked. He's very shocked. I think if they continued to use the same theater, which was awesome, then I would make me feel a little bit better. Like if there's something in the stupid Guardians of the Galaxy ride that makes me think about Ellen, like that will make me feel better. So this is the same sort of feeling. I'm okay with it. I mean, if that happens, I'm okay with it. It's better than nothing. All
right. Yeah, I mean, I'm sad to see Stitch go. I actually was one of the people that I kind of like that. I like all all that kind of stuff. It was kind of a fun ride to me. It was silly and and not really a ride. It's more of a show than a ride, really. I would say
it's like Bug's Life or one of those.
Yeah. It's a theater show, but I'll be interested to see what they do with this Wreck-It Ralph thing, if that's what it's going to be. We've been talking about this for years now that this is going to happen. So it's kind of weird that all of a sudden a permit shows up for the demolition of the inside of the theater while they're closed. I don't know, kind of weird and random to me, but
the thing about having actual controllers now, like that might go out the window. First of all, that never seems like a good idea. I remember being down at Busch Gardens, Tampa, when they had this ride called the Kraken, and you used to be able to put on a virtual headset when you did it, and they had to clean it after each one, or that ride at the Busch Gardens, Williamsburg. Like you had to clean that every time because they're VR headsets. He's very upset about this.
No, the puppet's very upset about it. I think I just want to copy all the things the puppet's doing.
All right, everybody, right hand up. Yeah.
I just don't think that they're going to go forward with something like that based on the amount of cleaning it would take and the amount of effort. I just don't know if I see it anymore. But we'll see. Yeah, I don't know why we couldn't VR that anyway with some sort of camera interaction, and that would be way cooler anyway.
It's true. Trevor, were you going to say something? I think you were.
Well, I'm just glad they're finally pulling the Band-Aid off on this. Don't get me wrong. I love Stitch, but it's just sat in limbo for so long, right? Yeah. Like, it's about time.
I agree.
Yeah.
What about Jeremy and Tiffany? You guys, are you sad to see Stitch go?
I'm sad to see Stitch go, but I'm also excited to see what they put in there. And I'm also sad about Ellen. Not so much about Ellen, but because I have this ridiculous crush on Bill Nye the Science Guy that everyone always teases me about. And I know 9 people who have met him, and I have not. So I'm going to miss seeing Bill Nye the Science Guy.
Is he a nice person, though?
Everyone who's met him said that he is.
Okay.
That's good.
I have a couple of horror stories that I don't think are bad, but yeah.
that man has a sparkle in his eye. I don't blame him. Yes.
He does. I've had a crush on him since I was a teenager. One day. But no, I actually like Stitch, and I didn't think I would, but I really enjoyed it. I actually think I saw it 3 times in one day.
Oh, wow.
Because there was no line, and there were lines for everything else was way too long, and I don't wait on lines. I'm from New York City. I live in Michigan now, but I'm from New York City, so I don't wait on lines. Wait lines, no. So I was like, oh, Stitch, I will ride on that 3 times in a row, or go in 3 times in a row, because there's no line, and it's hot, and it's inside, and there's air conditioning. So,
There you go. Katie's with you. Yeah. Oh wait, Katie's in the room. I didn't even see her. I'm sorry.
We need Katie online.
I'm sorry. We'll take Katie off comments here and pull Katie into the stream. Although I don't see your face, Katie.
There we go.
You gotta tilt it down.
Tilt your camera.
We're just seeing the ceiling now.
Someone get Katie a booster.
Just see the top.
There we
go.
Hi, Katie.
So, wait, here Gina's telling us that she's met Bill Nye and he's a super nice guy. There you go.
Awesome.
So you could add more people to your list of people you know who have met Bill Nye.
Now that's 10 people.
It doesn't really help you though too much.
No,
does
it doesn't.
No.
And one of the people who met him was my second fiance. I've had more than one, or 2, or 3. And he actually worked somewhere, and Bill Nye came in 3 times, and he knew he was coming in, and he could have told me, but he didn't on purpose because he didn't want me to embarrass
Katie, your
him.
hair is immaculate today.
Jeremy, why are you still commenting in the Facebook group when you're on with us? What are you doing?
I actually, it was an experiment. I wanted to see if I could get it read online while I was online. I was just messing with you.
We have confirmation from Joe Rohde that it's going to take way longer than 2 weeks to fix the Yeti. So,
well, that's what he said 3 weeks ago.
Mm-hmm.
But now,
I'm
telling you, if they just started.
No, I think you'd have to take down the whole ride.
Yeah, that's what
They're just not going to do that. Yeah.
That's what they said. So
I've got
guess...
a question. I've got a question for everybody here. Who's the and I'll go first. Who's the most famous Disney person or Disney affiliated person you've ever met? And I met Gilbert Godfrey, who was the voice of Iago in an airport once. So
that's interesting.
Okay, celebrities I've met.
I don't think this is fair for me. I've met unfortunately way too many to make people upset. I'm not even going to say.
Well, just
there we
pick
go,
one.
Katie. I got
Katie fixed it. Katie fixed it.
Katie.
There you go.
Yeah, I mean, so all right, so okay, so I get to interview a lot of the teen, kids for the shows and stuff like that. I had the opportunity to meet George Lucas and pass that. So I guess, I know, Puppet, shake your head in dismay. He's very upset about this. Demi Lovato.
Oh, wow.
Gosh, a lot of the kids from, like I said, all the new shows, but I've talked to a lot more people probably than I've met in person.
I've met Mickey. I've met Minnie.
Wait, Katie, do we have
Tigger.
you on voice too? Like, can we hear you, or are we just? Or is she?
I don't know. Do you have audio there, Katie?
I don't know. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Yes, we can. Yeah, we got you. There you are. No, I've never met any famous Disney-oriented people. I failed on this. Apparently, I've never met anybody that was associated. I really haven't met all that many famous people in my life. So, I mean, I met Damon. That was my
That's
famous
true. And
Disney
the puppet.
person.
Did you know what the puppet's name is?
What, the puppet has a name?
Of course it does. Why would he not have a name?
What's the puppet's name?
Jeffrey.
Jeffrey.
Why Jeffrey?
I don't know. That's his name.
Okay. All right. All right.
his
Anybody
name.
else have a famous Disney person they've met?
In high school and again in college, I did meet Britney Spears and Justin Timberlake, before they were famous. Well, in
Okay.
high school, it was before they
Very
were
nice.
famous. And then in college, it was after, like at a meet and greet thing that I won tickets to. And then again, my
That
friend
counts.
won. Yeah. So I
Yeah.
think that they're Disney people. Other celebrities I met Joan Rivers. She filmed a movie at my high school. And I don't think she's Disney. And Keanu Reeves, I don't know if he's done anything with Disney, but I met him. I met William
Appreciate
Shatner.
that you met him.
Yeah, yeah, definitely. He's my second
awesome.
celebrity crush. He's up there with Bill Nye. And then I met William Shatner once.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Jealous.
Yeah, he did a one-man show, and I got discount tickets because no one bought any. So they were practically giving them away, but they were like $12. And he didn't do autographs afterwards, or he wouldn't take any photos, but he just like walked by and waved people, and he was like, "Thank you for coming out." And he pointed, and I was like, he's pointing directly at me. So I count that as meeting him. A couple other people. I'm trying to remember. I met like half the Philadelphia Eagles when they won the Super Bowl, but I don't think any of them are Disney related. Except for
it's the Eagles, though. Who cares about the Eagles?
I mean, I'm from New York City, but I lived in Philadelphia for 7 years and lived less than a mile away from where the Eagles play. So that's anyway, but I'm not a fan of really anything from Philly team wise. I'm all about the Mets and the Jets because they're my lovable losers.
Apparently, several of our listeners have met Michael Eisner. Apparently, Eisner's out and about meeting people. So, yeah.
See,
Katie, I see you moving over there, Katie. But are you trying to signal us in that you want to talk to us? Or?
Yeah. No, you could just wave at us and yell at us. You just talk over us.
I can't hear her though. Are you muted? Are you muted for yourself?
I think your mic's muted.
You're muted. Okay. You have to click the little mute button at the bottom.
We can see your little
there.
icon.
Yeah.
There we go.
There you go.
Yay. There you go. Did you
I can just do the signals too, though.
Have you met any famous Disney people, Katie, or no?
Disney, no. I met I've seen Hank Williams Jr. He was getting off an elevator. And I met the little short guy. He played football.
Oh,
that
wow.
guy.
That guy.
Ryan, so everyone would know the answer to that one.
Okay.
Barry Sanders.
Oh, there you go.
Well, that's a big one then. Barry Sanders is awesome.
He's a little short guy though.
I was going to go with Tiki Barber.
Oh, there you go. Yeah.
Oh, I met Tiki Barber once. We rode an elevator together.
Oh, there you go. I'm with Scott here, though. Trevor, it sounds like you are too.
Yeah,
you don't get out very much.
Here in Calgary, Alberta, I know we have celebrities, but they never come through my neighborhood. So, I mean, I've never met them.
No.
Yeah. I didn't know who he was until we got off the elevator, and my brother was like, "Do you know who that was? Do you know who that was?" It's like, "No, I don't." And it was Tiki Barber.
I feel like we should, Damon. You need to change your name tag to say Jeffrey instead of Damon. I mean,
yeah.
Is it with a G or a J? That's the real problem.
How would we know?
I don't know.
This is your made up name. Thank you, Katie. Thank you.
He's gonna be all set for next episode. You just wait. So Tom, I think it's time for our DVC resale ad.
Should we do sponsor? Is that what we want to
sponsor.
do?
Everyone go on mute so we can sponsor.
Yeah, let me. I got a couple things I got to do here. Hold on a second. All right, hold on. We got a thing here. All right, we got our ad over here. All right, we're gonna put DVC resale market over everybody's faces. There you go. All right, so if you listen to last episode, you know about our fantastic sponsor, DVC Resale Market. So many of our listeners use DVC Resale Market. It's crazy. We hear from listeners all the time about DVC Resale Market. And of course, DVC Resale Market is a leader in the DVC resale industry with 11 former Disney Vacation Club guides and 2 former Disney Vacation Club quality assurance managers. If you're thinking of buying DVC, browse the largest selection of DVC resale listings anywhere, with DVC experts on hand 7 days a week to answer your questions. If you're thinking of selling, turn to the friendly professionals at DVC Resale Market, where over 98% of listings sell within 30 days and nearly 3,000 contracts were sold in 2019 alone. So we have on our scroll here, go to dvcresalemarket.com or call 1-844-DVC-PROS. That's 1-844-382-7767. Let them know that Welcome Home sent you. That's very important that you let them know where you heard about them from, and that's from Welcome Home. Again, that's dvcresellmarket.com or call 1-844-DVC-PROS.
So next episode, Jeffrey's going to have a whole thing ready for the ad.
Oh,
he's working on it now.
He's working on a thing for
right.
Okay.
Wait, so all right, so we have to get these things in that Tom wants us to talk about, Jeremy. Otherwise, we don't get anything. This is cool though. This is about the Porcupet, right?
Oh, we want to talk about that. We could talk about the
yeah.
I
want to talk about Porcupet.
Let's talk about this guy right here.
Look at this.
Aww.
It's so cute.
It's so adorable.
That's adorable.
I wish that we had our other favorite Katie to talk about this, but she's working, I think.
Oh yeah, that's true. Yeah, we don't have our animal trainer Katie here. Yeah. This is adorable. If you haven't seen this is the Porcupet. Is that the correct way to say it?
Yeah, it totally is. This Katie says yes.
Okay.
There.
There we
I can't see anybody right now because we're completely covered by the Porcupet, which is fine. I'd rather look at these than Trevor and Damon. And but I mean, this is adorable. There was also a baby zebra born too. I don't know if you guys saw that.
I did see that.
I don't have the
no background there though.
What's that?
Give a little background. So it was born to Mom Perry in February, and if you've seen One Day at Disney documentary on Disney Plus, right, you may remember seeing Perry participate in an ultrasound.
Yeah,
you wrote it all down. I'm just reading all this good information that you wrote.
No, I appreciate you doing that because obviously I was too lazy to do that. So let me show. I'll show the zebra here. There's a baby zebra too. We need to pick up. Does the baby porcupine have a name yet? Or no?
It's known as Porcupet. Like that's its name forever, isn't it now?
No, I thought that was just what a baby porcupine is called.
Yeah, a Porcupet is a baby porcupine.
Well, that would be an awesome name then. Self-fulfilling, I think.
Here's the baby zebra. There's the baby zebra right there. That was also
the porcupine better.
I agree. I like.
We're team porcupine on this one.
Yeah.
Wait, so there's only two more things that Tom has, right? Are we done
that's
with
why we need.
Okay, hold on. But so let's put it out to everybody watching. What is a good name for that porcupine?
Oh, there you go.
Yeah.
Did we lose Tiffany? Tiffany disappeared on us, but
no, you didn't lose me. I was getting my hat. And there's my fiance behind us, and he's wearing his groom hat.
Nice.
Well done.
Oh, yeah. So there you go. That was it. Surprise.
Yeah. Nice work.
Okay. Anyway, name for the Porcupet.
I'm going with Prickles.
Okay.
It's not really Disney oriented, though. Are we
no, it is though because it's the hedgehog from Toy Story 4.
Oh yeah, you're right, Mr. Prickle Pants, right? Oh, okay. See, you just said Prickles. I know him as Mr. Prickle Pants. So,
wow. Tom's not on a first name basis with him yet.
No, that's not his name. His name is Mr. Prickle Pants.
Mr. Very formal.
Yeah, his name. That's his name. Listen, we got to use the correct names here. Okay.
Jeff says Ralph.
Jeff's Ralph, just like Wreck-It Ralph. I mean, it's all right.
Well, it's a porcupine. It can wreck things if it wants to.
Okay, that's true.
Yeah.
that's also true. Any other names we got here? Anybody got any? We need more questions though too. I haven't seen a question in a while.
That's because people are getting bored of us.
Obviously, the numbers are dropping by the moment. People are just leaving and not wanting to hear from us anymore. Apparently.
Well, my guess would be is that when they listen to us in chunks.
Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah.
Well, I usually listen to you at work, so
there you go. Yeah,
and I only found you a few months ago, so I've been going backwards through your backlog, and I was.
Does it get better or worse?
They're not gonna do Gondor. That's one thing that'll never happen.
No, never gonna happen. Never gonna happen ever.
It's interesting hearing how you change from the more recent episodes to the earlier episodes, but you guys have been getting better as you move forward in the correct timeline.
That's good.
It's kind of like time wibbly wobbly, timey wimey stuff.
I'm pretty sure we only got good at this like last week. So, and I'm still not really sure we are. So it's as good as we are.
Tom's gotten better at editing, I think, is really what it's come down to.
I mean, maybe. We got a suggestion for Spike Lee as the
I dig that
name. Yeah, from Francisco. We also need to say hi to Vicky, who just joined us.
The Damon's puppet. Accurate.
She wants to know how accurate Damon's puppet is.
Like, to me, so the puppet's actually for our other website, and it's quite accurate to that. But to me, I don't know. I guess I have brown hair. My hair doesn't really look like that, though.
It's a little shaggy. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I wear a hat, but no, I don't think so.
We're a family show here, so it's pretty darn accurate.
There you go.
That's funny. I like it. Did we ever answer Gwendolyn's question from before about do you think it will be crazy when the parks open back up? I don't think we answered this, did we?
Yes, we did.
Well, you did. No one else did.
That's why I answered it back then, because I knew this was going to happen.
So I personally don't think I don't think it's going to be crazy at first. I think people are going to be a little bit careful at first. I also don't think Disney's going to open everything up all at once either. I think it's going to be a slow opening. And one of the things I have on my list here is Disney's latest update to the My Disney Experience app has a section in there for more virtual queues. So my personal thought is what's going to happen is that when they open back up, they're going to go to all virtual queue or mostly virtual queue. So you don't have a lot of people standing together inside really close to each other. That's just a guess. I don't really know. And I think to read into it it is a great idea, but I don't know if it's a permanent thing or
you haven't timed it correctly to Jeffrey's.
You
got to wait for him to nod at you. Then it's okay.
Got to wait for him to nod and also replicate what he's doing here. So I don't know. I think when they open back up, it'll be slow, and I do think that crowds will gradually build, and I think it'll get as things get more back to normal. More and more people are going to go, and with all of this pushing back of Jeffrey doesn't agree with me on this, but of all the pushing back of trips, all of a sudden now all these people that were going to go the next couple of weeks, spring break, one of the busiest times of the year, are all now pushed back to later in the year. So once they open back up, there's going to be a lot of people there, I think. And Gina agrees with me. Thank you, Gina. I'm just going to put up people that agree with me. So,
well, do you think that they're going to release any specials or sales, or do you think they're going to raise prices? Sorry.
Right. Didn't they offer some free dining or something?
Yes.
Well, I know but
that's more like a consolation prize for people who had interrupted trips. It's not really a promotion to get people to go who already weren't.
No, I know they've extended the Fun and Sun or Sun and Fun deal to for bookings later in the year. But I mean, after they reopen and going into the fall and Christmas seasons, do you think they're going to keep prices up for the holidays, or do you think they're going to maybe lower them a little bit?
I don't think they increase prices anytime soon, because that's going to push people away, right? So I think if anything, the tickets prices stay the same for a while, and they do more and more promotions.
Yeah. I think it's all going to just depend on what we see, right? Well, not what we see, but what they see. If they see people coming back in droves, you're not going to get anything. If they don't,
that's exactly right.
Going to make a change, right? Money talks at the end of the day.
Yeah, that's exactly right. The only reason they do promotions is to drive people in, and that, I mean, the only reason they do free dining is because it's like, hey, we got a lot of vacancies coming. I mean, there's not a lot of occupancy coming up during this time period, so let's throw out free dining, and then we get all these people there.
Well, they think the other thing is too with the anniversary, right? I think that's going to automatically push people there. So go ahead, Jeremy. I'm sorry.
No, you're fine. I was going to say that the promotion for the people who had inconvenienced or interrupted trips, like the boat that Tom is in, I didn't perceive that promotion was going to really help people who were DVC too much.
No.
In fact, you already had to have basically a paid package trip. Most of the complaints I've seen online have to do with people who had points from last year that were carried over into this year, and now there's no opportunity to put those points in the RCI, and they can't.
You get a plaque. That's all.
And you don't. Yeah, you basically don't get anything. So
you get a plaque. I'm sending
a plaque. Yeah.
There's a plaque from. Okay, so what I would like to see them.
Jeremy, did you not listen to the last episode? Come on, man. The Lost Point plaque that Damon's proposing to DVC.
You didn't hear that?
No, I got
discussion.
I got like 40 minutes into the last one, and then that's when my universe broke up. Like they basically
and just turned it off.
Yeah, right. I've been a lot of things in the last week, but bored is not one of them.
well, the shortness of it is that people that have to lose points get a special plaque from Disney, and however many points you lose, it's a different level of plaque.
Yeah,
that was my proposal, which I thought was one of the best proposals I've ever had. And Tom
like
didn't care for it
gold
too much.
trim, maybe some inlays,
something like that.
Yeah, no, that makes sense. What were we just saying? What were we just talking about before we got on the plaques? Oh yeah, no. To your point, Jeremy, it doesn't seem that this offer that they have, if you want to call it that, is doing anything for DVC members, right? So
no,
it's only for the packages.
And that's what I'm saying is because they're basically causing people who carried over their points from last year to eat their trips. Like that won't apply the extra pressure to next year because I'm in a boat where I'm using my points that I carried over from this year and I'm using them next January. So if something happens where I can't take my trip next January, then I would be in a bad position. But for example, your points, your April points are basically going away, right? You're not going to be taking a trip on those points.
For me personally, I'm fine. So I only had no points left from 2019.
Oh,
so
okay.
I'm on my 2020 points that I only had 16 2020 points left. I had borrowed everything for my big trip I did last year. So I've got no points basically in this use year anyway. So exactly.
That was perfect. Yeah. Good job, Tom.
No points left, Jeffrey. So I'm fine. I should be fine.
Perfect.
My points are getting banked back to where they were, and the 16 points I have left from this year, I have plenty of time to use those. So.
And I hate to say it, but for my points, it's not the end of the world if for some reason I couldn't use them because they were like the extra points that I bought in when I bought my DVC contract. I bought a direct 100 point contract, and they basically were like, at the time I signed, I was like, "Can you do anything else extra for me?" And they're like, "Well, here's the points from this last year. We can just add those to your thing." So they gave me the extra 100 points. And that's my lagging 100 points that I've been rolling over and using for my next trip. So I didn't really pay for those.
Yeah, no, I get that.
Wait, can I answer the question? Can I answer
the
question?
So you want to answer Ashley's question, Damon?
Yeah.
What will it take to see you in person is what Ashley's asking us.
You have to actually see me in person. So I've met a few people already, right? I've met a few people from the podcast. So you just have to find me in person. Or if you are an animal trainer at an amusement park, I mean, that definitely, I'll come see you if that's the case.
Have a cool job that Damon can take advantage of, and then
hey,
you're good.
Whoa. Take advantage of is quite harsh. But
Open a haunted house. Open a haunted house.
Yes, that would definitely.
And if we are to see you in person, will you allow us to take your photo?
Oh my goodness! So people have asked me. I have allowed that.
Oh,
okay.
What?
All right.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Okay, then.
Wait, so what do I do that exposed me to so many Disney celebrities? I just run a website. Can I plug my own website?
Sure. I mean, of course.
Yeah. Wait, it's actually Jeffrey's website. It's Jeffrey's website. So, so actually, if you go to bsckids.com, it's a website that I run. And we do a lot of celebrity interviews and things like that. We have a few other websites, but that's the one I mostly work on. And I work with Disney, Nickelodeon and all those people. So it's fun. Like I've seen DuckTales. I've seen the new DuckTales already. That's not out yet. I've seen the first 2 episodes. I just did an interview with them. Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Actually, you know what? So,
no, I'm actually on your website right now. So.
Okay. So I actually get to also watch things in Netflix before they come out. And what's kind of cool is there's a new show coming out in 2 months that I've already seen, which is really cool. But that sort of stuff. So it's a side thing.
Michelle wants to say that she loves watching you use your puppet, and it's totally distracting. But it seems like it's distracting in a good way.
It's distracting us too. So
it's worse when you're live. It's worse.
Yeah, if you're watching the live feed right now, every once in a while, I just feel the need to copy what the puppet's doing, just because it's just too funny not to.
And it's only like a 3-minute loop because I was just so tired. Katie, I love it. Thank you.
We were going to try to make Damon do the puppet the whole show, but it's too much, so he couldn't figure it out. Yeah. So Francisco has a question. Let's answer his question. So how would the virtual queue work? People that would normally wait in lines will now be roaming around. The parks will appear even more packed. It's a valid point, Francisco, because lines are people eaters, right? They hold all these people, so those people are not walking around the park. At the same time, I think Disney's expecting. I think they would only do this if they were expecting lower crowds
and select rides. I think.
Yeah, and on select rides, I don't think it would be every ride, right? I think it's the ones that have interior queues that are like smushed together, and even then I think they'd probably try to make it so that there's gaps in between the lines, right? So
for those that have been to Disneyland, the queue for Peter Pan is horrific. If you're claustrophobic, it's very, very tight. I can see them doing it for stuff like that. Like you said, any ride where you can't space people out reasonably, and you're also probably not going to get them yelling at you on Big Thunder anymore to fill in all the available space. Yeah.
So I have a thought on this, and not being a scientist or anything, take it for a grain of salt. But essentially, when whatever this is has a chance to basically rotate through society, most things that you catch, it gives you a certain amount of immunity eventually. So I question if in a few months from now, this isn't basically had a chance to touch most people and affect most people, however it's going to affect most people. So I think that most people generally will be better hand washers from now on. Like my 7-year-old, I see her being like a germaphobe for the rest of her life, pretty much. And like I was a handshaker, like I'm a handshaker and a fist bumper and a high fiver. And now I'm all elbows. Exactly. So I think societally people might change more than Disney might change. And I think that in the same way that, like, for example, that virus that you get that makes you have to go to the bathroom a lot and sometimes throw up, like when that goes through a town, usually it goes through a town, like a bunch of your friends will get sick and then it won't be there anymore. And
Jeremy, this is not a place I thought we'd be going with this conversation.
No, but I seriously, I don't think, my opinion is, and put this for what it's worth down the road, is that I don't think this is going to have to really change the way we ride queue in Disney, because I think once, like the whole flattening the curve thing is to spread out the rate that everybody gets it. But I think eventually most people will be exposed to it and then it will go the way of most things. Like I can't see long-term them significantly changing the lines. Probably most people aren't going to be touching railings though anymore. Like I won't touch a railing now. Mm-hmm. I'll fall down a flight of stairs before I'll touch a railing now.
I've fallen down a flight of stairs and it sucks. Anyways, it was only 3 steps.
I'm sorry to laugh at that. I should have laughed at that. I'm sorry.
It was on the it's now closed at Stitch's Alien.
Yeah, Great Escape. Yeah. We were just talking about it before you got here, I think.
Yeah, Alien. I still have the scar because they're cement stairs. So I don't recommend falling downstairs, especially if they're cement. Just saying. So
that's where I thought like you got hurt from like the vest or something. You fell down the stairs there. Okay,
you know how many people I've seen that happen to? A lot on that ride.
I'm sure. Yeah, that's crazy. Anybody else have thoughts on this? Because we got some other questions here. We got Ashley asking, would Disney lower park capacity or line capacity?
I mean, they could. No. We don't want them to, but they could.
Yeah, they could.
They could do anything.
Well, hold on.
Fifth gate.
Wait, here's an interesting discussion. Would you pay double to have half as many people there?
Yes.
Well, you kind of do. It's the after hours event, right?
Yeah,
that's
not the after hours regular park, though.
Yeah. No, I get it. But that's the after hours event. You pay a ton of money to have nobody in the park, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. It is worth it.
Yeah, Trevor did it. Yeah, Trevor did it. He said it was great. So here's we didn't. This is on my list of things to talk about, which our guests here can't see. But one of the things that we talked about, that I put on there, is that Disney is now not allowing any more dining reservations until after June 1st. Now we can read a lot of things into that if we want to. Don't know if that means anything. Don't know if that means they expect to open after June 1st, but I think if they're going to somehow open in May or open before that, they're going to severely limit the amount of people in the restaurants. That's what my guess is going to be. Just a guess. Spread tables out, have half the capacity of the restaurant. But I also just I don't know. I don't know if I should read into they're not going to open until after June 1st, because if they were going to, they would say that. I feel like they would say that and not just do something cryptic in the way of we're not going to let you schedule any dining reservations until after June 1st. So
I agree with you, Tom. I
Yeah.
agree with that a lot. I think that's what's going to happen, and I think that we're going to see that not just at Disney but everywhere. Things are going to be slower opening.
Yeah.
Jeffrey, come on, agree with me. Yeah.
So we need Jeffrey to agree.
Jeffrey
Let's
looks
see if Jeffrey is shocked by this conversation. He doesn't.
What do you
But
think?
that's kind of what I think.
Jeffrey gesticulates a lot. He likes to talk with his hands. It's very similar to my style of talking.
Yeah.
So
So I think that's what they're going to do, though. I think you're going to see, not everything open at once. It's going to be the same with restaurants, that they'll limit the amount of people and things like that. So,
yes,
thank you. There you go. All right.
Anybody else have any thoughts about that? Because you can throw it out there.
No more thoughts.
I agree with everybody else. It makes sense to do soft openings, to have lower capacity in the restaurants, and if they were going to open before then, they would say so. But the dining reservations after June 1st thing, it makes sense.
Yeah, I think to follow up on that is you also got to factor into that this isn't Disney's exclusive decision. They're also abiding by the rules being put down by the government in Florida, right?
It's also true. Yeah.
So, I think they're planning things, kind of assuming that they're going to hear information from the government, but they could extend it further, or like you said, they could decide to pull it back and say we're going to start seeing people in there in May. But I think Disney's just playing it safe right now. They're giving themselves a couple of months and saying, let's see how this all pans out here, at least through April, and then you'll probably have a clearer picture of what's actually going to happen when things start opening back up again.
Definitely agree. And to that point, Dan is asking, do you think character meet and greets will be very different going forward? I could see that. I mean,
did they Lysol? Did they Lysol in between every person? That would
like
be
Lysol
tough.
What though? What do you Lysol?
The hands, like Mickey's hands, his face.
It kind of ruins the magic if you just walk up to Mickey and you start spraying him over with Lysol.
Cinderella gets sprayed down between every meat. You don't want that.
But Cinderella's not going to be like, "Where's the Purell?" Like, I'm going to go,
But don't you think they're going to have to do something?
Probably. I mean, here's the thing. I think it'll be different from the start. Like with this phased opening we're talking about, I think part of it is restaurants, and I think part of it is they get rid of the face characters for the time being.
Mm-hmm.
I think the face characters go away, and I think you see more of the costume characters.
But even with the costume characters, are you going after somebody that's been like snotting up Mickey?
I think you're protected in the costume, though. I think
forget about them. Think about the next person.
Yeah, for other guests. Okay.
Yeah.
I think there might be a stand next to that person sort of thing. I think they may start with that.
Like
no hugs. It's going to crush some kid spirits, but it might be a no hug policy.
Yeah. No hug policy.
You wait your whole life to meet Mickey, and then you get hover hands, and
yeah, exactly.
The hug like this.
Jazz hands. Maybe you'll get really good at jazz hands. Hands, yeah.
A hug from 6 feet away is that's what we would do, right? It's
I do like those boxes. Did anybody do those the boxes were near the cars at the end of Test Track? So you would go stand in front of a car, and there would be kind of a scene that would come up around you. And, like that was pretty neat. I think they could maybe work some characters into those, and you might see some of that.
Or maybe some like make a little low barrier so that the face characters are on this side, and there's like this little wall or a little fence or something, and then kids and people have to stay in front of that, and then you can organize everybody.
It's electrocuted and
electric fence. Now I'm imagining Mickey behind like bulletproof glass, right. And there's just like a little drawer that he sticks his hand through.
But what's he even sticking his hand out for? You can't even. Well,
no. Then they switch the glove every time. They just constantly are switching Mickey's glove out and sanitizing.
Now that would be interesting. So now you have to pay extra, but for every character that you meet, you get a free hand.
There you go. You get the hand with it.
Yes.
I'd pay extra for Mickey's hand.
I would agree.
And do you think that this will rush the further implementation of those photo boxes and eliminating the photographer cast members? Less people in the room, less risk of
I do think that.
Potentially, yeah.
I hadn't thought about that angle. That's interesting.
I think what is it? Snapchat that made recently an arrangement with Disney where Snapchat has got a filter app. I think Snapchat and Disney made some sort of deal just a couple months ago. No, Jeffrey's saying no, but I do think I heard something
Jeffrey
about this.
disagrees with you.
So essentially, there's some sort of
he disagrees.
So there's some sort of Snapchat filter where you essentially can get different character aspects with you in Snapchat, and it activates once you're in the park.
So think about this though, Jeremy. So what if we did characters, but they were offset and they used the photo boxes? Mm-hmm. So that you actually were never that close to them, but the picture made it feel like you were right next to them.
Yeah, you need like a lady who's 7 feet tall playing Cinderella, but that would totally work.
well, that's what I'm saying. You'd have to use some computerness in there, right? Like,
it's a computerness.
You could do that. And
Jeffrey's only like 10. He doesn't understand big words. He can only do so much.
That's funny.
I just realized we're thinking about this the wrong ways. You're not going to have them, taking precautions with the characters. What it's going to be now is you're going to have a premium fast pass where they give you a suit. So like a hazmat suit.
Like a hazmat suit?
No,
Yeah, so then that way you can interact with the characters.
But what does it look like? What does the suit look like, Trevor?
Monsters Inc.
There you go.
Buzz Lightyear.
Yeah, exactly. Like they'll have Disneyfied, but they'll effectively give you a hazmat suit so you can have that interaction and get your photo. But all your photos will be you in a hazmat suit, right?
Somebody finally noticed what your shirt was, Trevor. Someone finally got the shirt. That's fantastic.
I love Chippendale Rescue Rangers, so I had to buy the shirt as soon as I saw it. I was like, "This, I have to have the shirt."
So let's. I gotta have a shout out here, or else I'm gonna get grounded. My mom is checking in. Scott. My mom's checking in. She's asking if they, I don't want to get in trouble with my mom here, so we got to answer a question. So she's asking if they're going to extend the remaining time on season passes. Disney has announced that they will, although they haven't said anything about it since the indefinite closure. They did say up front with the 2-week closure that they would extend annual passes for the time they were closed. So I don't know if that still applies or not. That's a lot of extension of annual passes, but I think Disney will do the right thing here and will continue extending annual passes. That's just my guess. So I don't know. Anybody else have thoughts on that? We got to answer my mom here, guys.
I think they really like to keep people inside of an annual pass. Mm-hmm. Like I only get an annual pass every other year, and then I use it to take a trip basically 11 months apart, and then I take a year off. When I'm coming down to the last week when my pass is going to run out intentionally, I get 2 emails a day being like, renew the pass. So I think
notifying you.
Yeah. Yes, like everything, like it's a full-on blitz. Like they really want you to stay in the annual pass. So just for that fact, I think they will do right by people on the annual pass because they like people to get that renewal.
Well, and my whole trip this year was scheduled. My whole April trip was scheduled specifically to take advantage of the fact that my annual pass was still good. So I really am going to my next trip is going to be based on if my wife is available to go and if it's still within my annual pass. Because otherwise, this whole shutdown has cost me thousands of dollars, which really is because then my next trip I'm going to have to buy tickets now, where otherwise I wasn't going to have to buy it. So. What were you just doing, Kate? Oh, Katie, were you just impersonating Jeffrey? Okay, sorry. I was like, what is Katie doing? Okay, so Sarah Beth, yep. Sarah Beth.
Okay. So here's the logo on it, if it's not clear. Yeah.
Yes, pretty cool shirt.
It's pretty cool shirt. Trevor's showing his Rescue Ranger shirt. So
I can't believe I didn't get that. I thought those were the adapters for the old 45 records.
It was like a throwback shirt from the 70s. Wait, that's so funny. Jeffrey would like someone to make him a little Gravity Falls shirt. That would be pretty darn.
What size is Jeffrey? That's the question here.
Like a 2T?
Yeah, probably like a 2T. Actually, I have it written down somewhere.
You need to get him a dipper hat too.
There you go. Yeah, you got a dipper hat.
The problem with the hats is someone would have to custom make the hat because his head is so small. That's the problem. Yeah, I guess so, but it kind of mushes it up.
You just gotta attach it on somehow. You gotta like.
I just think Gravity Falls would be cool, but the problem is I'm gonna have to start searching now. I'm going on Amazon.
When we get off the air, send me a text message with the circumference of Jeffrey's head, and we'll chat off air.
Okay. I don't know if I should be scared about that, but
well, I know some people. Okay, I just know some people.
If I get a puppet head in the mail, I'm going to be very upset.
Comment of the podcast has to come from Suze here. Damon looks younger than I thought.
Wait, am I the oldest one on? I still think I'm the oldest one on. I don't even know how old I am. I actually have to think about that for a second. 46? 46. So I think I win.
You do not sound 46.
I'm 42. Tiffany's 28.
Yes, that's true. Yeah. Katie's also 28 because all the women have to be 28. That just makes sense.
No,
so.
I'm not divulging my age in here. I don't know.
I'm younger than I am, though. I know that.
Yeah.
I mean, look at the gray in my beard. It's it's
that's why I shaved this morning.
Oh, is that why? See, I don't care. I like.
That's
I like
why
the
I'm
gray.
wearing the hat, so you can't see my gray.
I was gonna wear Mickey ears, but my wife told me that I would look like an idiot, so I decided not to. But you you look great, Tiffany. You look great. No, she means me specifically. You look great. She means that I personally would look stupid. But that's just in general life. That's not anything to do with the hat.
Jeffrey can't even believe she would say that.
Yeah, can you believe it?
So, wait, here's the question though: do people like this better than the podcast? That's actually something we should probably have answered.
Well, maybe. I don't think we could do this all the time. I think it's fun to do, though, occasionally.
Well, I really appreciate the opportunity to participate. I thought that was really awesome.
No problem.
Breaks up the monotony of being in my house for the last 2.5 weeks.
I was shocked I got a link, honestly.
Me too.
I got a link. Yeah. You guys sent me a link. I'm like, really? Okay, then.
I mean, we can't have you on here because anybody that wears Crocs and socks is just, I can't trust anything that you say. Both is fun. Vicky, what are you talking about?
The podcast and the video podcast.
Oh, okay, gotcha. I actually meant to click on Suze here, who's saying you definitely act like the oldest Damon.
Katie.
I got a winky face, so that was good. I do kind of act like I'm a teenager, so my kids would say that as well.
I don't know if you can see these. I've got Mickey-shaped holes in my.
I do have those as well.
My wife has those same ones. She does.
I don't wear them with socks though.
Oh, you're missing out.
Love the live. Ashley loves the live. As long as you turn into a podcast, you can listen to later. Yes. So this, for those that don't know, this is the podcast. This is episode 78. This will come out tomorrow as just audio only. So I don't know how great it is when we're making all these visual jokes, how great it's going to be an audio only, but that's okay.
But see, here's the problem. We should have streamed this to YouTube as well.
That's okay. We can put it on YouTube. I mean, it's
next
fine.
time.
Next time we'll put it on YouTube. But here's the thing. You can listen to just the audio, and then you can go to our Facebook page and watch the video if you want to. So
I like that. I like that.
I can say this podcast turned me on to Gravity Falls, which was such a hit in my house. I was a hero for like 6 weeks at my house.
But think about it. Kipo and the Age of the Wonder Beast is almost
Kipo's
as
pretty good.
Yeah.
Kipo's pretty good.
I haven't watched that one yet. But
my family full on were like talking about Halloween costumes for Gravity Falls. It's just
so
special.
I was Grunkle Stan, and we were on the cruise, and I did it full on undershirt, everything.
You got the Grand Poobah hat, the Shriner's cap.
Yep, and had it cut out with the now logo that's been blurred out, right? But I have it with the original.
No, the logo's back. They put it back.
The logo's back?
Yeah,
Pac-Man logo's back?
It's been back. Yeah, it's been back. I'm finding a picture of Grunkle Stan just for those that don't know the reference, just so you can see what Damon was dressed like here.
And I did it full out, and my son did Dipper, and my other son did Seuss. This is on the Disney cruise.
I mean, Seuss would be a fun one to do.
Hey, dudes.
Yeah, exactly.
Hey, dudes, what's up?
Exactly. Let's see here if I can get Grunkle Stan up here.
Since Jeremy was showing off his socks, we do have to compare here. So this is what I'm wearing right now.
Are those Darkwing?
Oh, sorry, Trevor. I covered you up with Grunkle Stan.
So,
I covered you with Grunkle Stan.
They say Darkwing on them, and they actually have capes.
That's pretty cool.
Wow, yeah. I love those socks.
This is Grunkle Stan. You have to find him with his undershirt on.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
you want the non-suit. Okay, sorry.
You want the at-home Grunkle.
I went with the formal Grunkle.
Yeah.
That's it. Speaking of socks, Trevor, for my sister who is actually in the other room, probably listening to me say this, she hit it out of the park for my birthday this year. She got me Skyliner socks, so I have Skyliner socks. I don't have them on me, but I have Skyliner socks. Yeah,
very nice.
Wow.
Which is funny after we talked about that never actually going to happen in like the second episode, right? About how there's no Skyliner. Now I have socks that have the Skyliner on them. So
yeah, I missed out.
Dan, apparently you sound like Fozzie Bear, according to Dan's son.
I guess that's not bad. I am a big Muppet fan, so that's good.
Yeah,
did you say Waka Waka?
I guess a Waka Waka. I don't think I have the same enthusiasm.
You need a little more enthusiasm than that. I mean,
Waka.
Yeah.
Oh,
well, she obviously has good taste but bad spelling. We'll just leave it at that.
Obviously, yeah. My wife's watching in the other room, so
that's good. That's good.
Yeah.
I love that some people get like $300 Air Force Ones that are tricked out, and this gang like tricks out socks.
That's the way to do it. Yeah, it's the Disney.
See, I can wear socks like this to work and not get in trouble for it. That's why I get them.
There you go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, Francisco has the Skyliner Funko, which I would love to have.
I was just going to say, me too.
Yeah, Skyliner Funko is super cool. I would love to have the Skyliner Funko.
I mean, Tom's would be all messed up and have jelly on it and all that sort of stuff.
Wait, hold on. Let me,
peanut butter and
we got my Steamboat Willie Lego set that's
wow
completed here.
Oh, I should have taken a picture of what's it called.
And then we got Figment holding on the fort.
Lick.
Oh,
Can
cool.
you lick his nose, Tom? Lick his nose, really.
I didn't actually do it. Okay, just
social distancing, people.
Yeah.
I also
licked the
have.
nose and said he didn't lick the nose.
I didn't do it.
We all saw it. He licked the nose.
I know it was perspective. Look, you can look at his nose. It's not wet. Look.
He tried it off. But anyways.
I do also have the three ghosts from Haunted Mansion at
cool.
Funko Pops as well. I don't have those easily accessible though, and my daughter is currently in the background knocking on the door. Let's see if we can get her on the podcast. Let's see here.
Wait, so does Saratoga Springs have a community hall? Michelle, I love Saratoga Springs. I don't remember though.
Say hi. Sorry, I'm waving at my daughter, knocking on the door in the background.
We're just asking about Saratoga Springs and Community Hall.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm a Saratoga person, but Boardwalk is better.
All right, I pulled this comment up. So anyone knows first timers at Saratoga instead of Boardwalk Poly? I think they do, right?
I think so. That's my home resort, and I don't even know really. I don't do a lot of community hauling.
Francisco,
yes, according to
you're my
Google,
guy right there.
According to wdwinfo.com, Saratoga Springs does have a community hall.
We should just have you on to be our researcher, Tiffany. Like, we're too lazy to Google things. So
that, for a very long time, that was my job, was a researcher. And all I did was just Google things that people asked me. That was all I did,
great.
really, 99.9% of the time. So if you want me on, I will be your researcher. You don't even put me on. You can just have me on mute and I will Google things.
There you go.
So I think that we're winding down here, right?
Are you winding down? Is it just, are you getting tired?
No, I'm getting hot.
You're getting hot.
I don't have my air conditioning on, and I'm like, well, it's hot. I don't know.
Were there any other things that we wanted to cover here? I know you skipped over how about the film strip being torn down?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, do you want to talk about that? The film strip entrance, the old Disney Hollywood Studios entrance with the film strip has been destroyed during this shutdown, actually. I thought all the construction crews were done, but apparently they are working still on destruction, and the film strip's gone. So yeah. I'm not that sad about it. Whatever. It's the park's going through a change. It's fine.
Yeah. That park is so different now.
It is so different. Excuse me. I mean, my very first trip to Disney was in 1987. I vaguely remember it, but in 1989 we did go right after MGM Studios opened, and I have a lot of really great memories of the original
The Sorcerer Mickey hat.
Yeah.
That was not in 1989.
Yeah, that was in the 90s.
That was So like the original MGM Studios with the the full backlot tour, and the
Golden
original
Girls.
the Golden Girls, and
Golden
the
Girls
original Honey, I Shrunk the Kids experience, where they actually picked my brother and I to ride on the bee and pretend that we were scared and had us on the screen. And so I actually am sad that the film strip entrance bridge has been torn down, because we have somewhere in the world, who knows who has them, there are photos of that, and I like what they're doing with the park now, but I miss the way it used to be.
I think the only icon of old Hollywood studios that I miss is the Earful Tower. I always like the Earful Tower. I don't miss the hat as much, because I think I've said this before. I like that you walk in and you see the view of the theater. Yeah. Like, I feel like that's the way the park was meant to be, and it's like the original vision of the park, right? So like that's what I like it for that reason. Now the Earful Tower, I miss that. I don't know why I can't say that. Earful Tower. I miss that part because it was just kind of a cool little thing that only Hollywood Studios had. It was an icon of the park. I feel like they never really should have gotten rid of that. It would fit in with the new park. I don't know. I don't understand why they did that either. And the next time I go, it's going to be weird seeing it not seeing it there, because the last time I went in 2014, it was there, and we were there right before they took down the hat, and so I have a photo in front of it. But I think a few weeks after we left, it was gone. And I don't mind. I liked the hat. I would have put it somewhere else, because when you get it, you immediately walk in and then you see the theater. That line of sight should not have been interrupted with the hat. It should have been somewhere else. But
it was interrupted for so long with Star Wars anyway.
Yeah. Well, you mean with the stage? You mean the stage?
Show. Yeah, the stage. That stage show is actually pretty cool. I'm not going to lie.
Well, I think you could take the hat and you could put it at the entrance of, like, way in the entrance, meaning like beyond the security gates. Right? So put it before the security gates. I bet if you just funnel
the hat and it's a slide into the park.
Damon, I don't know how Disney hasn't called you to hire you as their idea man.
I don't know either.
Because, you come up with these gems constantly. I'm
telling you, I still think the plaque is an idea that is severely underrated.
I think you need to make some phone calls.
I need to send some emails out.
Yeah. Hollywood Studios is so much better now in general. Like, there's so much more to
Star
do
Wars
there.
Studios?
Like, Star Wars Studios. Star Wars Studios. Because when we would go there like 3, 4, 5 years ago, we would schedule over a week, like two half days there. So we would basically do the whole park twice in half a day. And this last time we were there for 8 days, I think we actually ended up there more times than any other park, which is just crazy.
But let me ask you a question. With the new park, do you feel like that you're missing out on more of the street shows because of that?
Yeah, that's right, Jeffrey.
Jeffrey says no, but I'm asking.
Well, no, Jeffrey saying no to your plaque is the best. Is Damon's best idea. That
Haunted River Country. Is it really better than Haunted River Country?
So missing out. Missing out's a funny way of putting anything, because you're only missing out if you feel like you're missing out on it.
Of course.
So if when I get desensitized a little bit to the awesomeness of Star Wars Land, then possibly I might feel like I was missing out. But I didn't miss anything, since Star Wars Land is so new and so awesome right now. I could stare at a trash can for 20 minutes, because it's just, oh my gosh, I've never seen this before. And the fact that there's free roaming characters there, like I was within 6 feet of Rey. Like that's cool. Chewie came up behind me and like went around me
and tickled you.
I went like I saw Chewie. He was 3 feet from me, and I go, oh, like that at him.
That's pretty good. That's a good impression, Jeremy. That's impressive.
So I turned around. I did that. He took me by surprise, and I made my little cry at him. And he looks back down at me, and he goes back, and he just kept walking. And like everybody in my party looked at me like I was some sort of icon. They're like, "Oh my, that was so amazing!" And I was like, "Yes, me and Chewie are on first date." But that doesn't happen anywhere else. So I'm not missing anything yet being over there. Right now, being over there is awesome.
Okay. Yeah, I get that. So somebody else going to say something? I'm sorry. I apologize. Speak.
I'm good.
No one.
No.
Good. Okay.
Jeremy looks like he wants, or not Jeremy. Jeffrey looks like he wants to say something, but
Yeah, he's got his mouth wide open. He's shocked. First of all,
He's very shocked.
He's very shocked. Francisco wrote in Hollywood Studios is my place. I'd like to go one day on my own and just hang out. My wife and daughter are not much for relaxing. Hopefully, baby boy will be on my side. Yeah, maybe. Maybe. Hope. Good luck with that. And then I don't know if this is Susie or Suze. I'm sorry, Susie or Suze, based on how I'm pronouncing this. But you prefer the old Hollywood Studios to the new one, but that's because you just like Star Wars. So I get that. I understand that. So not everybody's into Star Wars, right?
yeah. No, it's totally fair.
Yeah, totally fair. So I mean, that was a good conversation about the little film strip entrance. It's weird that stuff is still going on like that. Mm-hmm. You would think they could still paint and all that, but all the news I've seen, it seems like they've really stopped everything. So
yeah, I think you have to stop everything for now, unfortunately, and that just hopefully will get us there quicker in the long run.
Yeah. Let's hope so. Let's hope so. What else do we have on our list? What other questions you guys want to ask us before we end this? And Damon wants to go to sleep because it's like 4:30 and
it's 4:30. I have stuff to do.
So I did see. So Ryan, Nicole, we kind of touched on this earlier, asking about the crowds once they reopen. I think we should just say again, we don't know. Like we're not really far enough into this yet to know how it's going to look when things open back up. We all think it's going to be very slow for the first little while, but there is going to hit a point where people are going to want to go back to Disney, and you may see a crazy spike, but it's totally unpredictable right now. Yeah,
Disney doesn't even know, right? I mean, that's a fact. Nobody knows.
Yeah, I feel like maybe I'll look on Amazon if I can get a magic 8-ball, because I feel like that would right now that's
more
kind of where we
accurate.
are, right? Is we'll just shake the 8-ball and that's about all we can do.
I want to mention. I don't know if I've ever been in a trip to Disney that lasted over 7 days where someone in my party didn't get sick at some point. Like taking a week-long trip is ideal for me and my family anyway, because like if you stay longer than that, someone's getting strep or someone's getting the bellyache or someone's getting whatever. And that's just the fact of I come from Vermont, which is almost in Canada, and I'm traveling to over 1,000 miles away. So everybody has different bugs than I have in my hometown. Like, so I expect when we go down to Florida, we pop the elderberries and we take the extra stuff and we try to make our trip in a week, and then we just have a great time while we can. And when one of us goes down, we just expect it.
Well, whenever I go anywhere on Disney or a cruise or anything, I always bring a medicine cabinet, and I preemptively will take stuff in the first few days. I'm like yes, I'm going to take my emergency. I'm going to take my zinc. I'm going to take all these things. And then the day 3, I forget or I don't care, but, knock on wood somewhere. Oh, my chair, knock on wood. I never get sick. And I think that if, the one time I did not bring my medicine cabinet was the one time I was sick the entire time. So it's just, when we go, hopefully we're going to go at a time when the crowds are smaller, because one, I don't like crowds. I don't like lines. I don't like people. I mean, I'm from New York City. You would think I'd be used to having people nearby, but no, I'm very much a stay away from me my whole life kind of thing.
I get you. So I'm the same way. Yeah,
I don't have kids, so I don't have to worry about, school schedules and things like that. So I will go in January when the least popular time. And I remember one time we were really excited because I did all this research. This is my second trip in 2014. We did all this research, and I was like, I'm going to go visit my brother, and we're going to go at this time because there's nobody there. And I booked my trip, and my friend was coming with me. And then 3 days after I booked, they announced free dining that week. And
that's how it goes, right?
So I was like, all right, fine. Well, now I get free dining. But it was a lot more crowded than I wanted it to be because there's all these people taking advantage of free dining. And, the one cast member said, if you came last week or if you came next week, there probably wouldn't be anybody here, but they're all here for free dining. And it's like, yeah, I know. I really didn't want to see people at all, but that's just so. If crowds are smaller, I know I'll take advantage of it. But if crowds are busier, then I'm just going to stay home.
Yeah,
So,
and
okay.
well, I was going to say that. I guess the hard part is you're really not going to know, right?
Right.
Like it's going to be so up in the air. I think for at least the next year.
I wanted to address what Victoria said here about that she wouldn't be surprised when they open back up if maybe they only let in people staying at resorts and annual pass holders. At first, I read that I was like, no, they wouldn't do that. But then I'm like, maybe they would. I don't know. It's not a terrible thought. It's certainly possible.
I like it.
That's a good idea.
Yeah, I think everyone here likes that because we're all DVC, right?
Hey,
Yeah.
Dan, if you want us to do something like that, you have to give us an idea, though. We'll do one before we go, but you have to give us an idea.
What are you talking about?
How is the host not on board with? Like,
you're talking about random stuff. We're talking about something else. You start talking about something different.
Hey, well, I was done with that. So
Tiffany, Katie, and Jeremy, you see what I got to deal with here all the time?
I see. Now I know. Now I know.
What I got to deal with?
I'm starting to understand a little bit.
Yeah, it all makes more sense to everybody now. Dan was saying we need to do a quick waitlist session. We have to have a topic. Like Damon said, I don't got a topic.
I don't have a topic.
That's why we did this, so you guys could come up with topics for us, so we could be lazy this show.
Build your own TV research. Oh, I'm way too tired for that.
We did this already.
All right, come on, Dan.
Haunted River Country, right? I mean, we got to give us. Plus, Chad did a whole series of shows on this. We can't steal from Chad. We're we don't steal. It's not how we roll here.
All right, I have a question.
All right, here we go.
If you had unlimited monies and limited and can buy all the points you want at any resort you want, where would you buy points and why?
I don't think I care if I have all the money in the world. What does it matter?
Then you could just pay cash, right?
I just pay cash, concierge level, wherever I want.
Okay, good. See, there you go.
That's a fair point.
I'd probably stay in the castle every night.
No, you wouldn't. Yeah. Jeffrey says you wouldn't.
The DVC castle room.
Yeah.
Actually, I'll tell you the truth. If I had that, I'd just buy Golden Oaks.
Yeah.
You know what? Mm-hmm. That's a really good point, Damon. I would just buy. That's always the lottery plan, right? If I win the Powerball,
that's my lottery plan.
Yep.
So I can tell you that this has changed my retirement planning, my retirement view a little bit. I was kind of thinking that I would like to skip out of Vermont right after Christmas and stay for about 4 months till April. And I was thinking what I would actually like to do was see whatever had maybe 20 years left on it when I am going to be a retiree, which is about 19 years from now. And I was thinking, you know what? I would like to get enough contracts to be able to resort hop as a snowbird plan. Like I was legit thinking that I did. But now with the way this has turned out, could you imagine if my plan had come to fruition right now? Like I would basically be out all of my points and get sent back to the frozen north to a house where my water was turned off.
All right. I have an idea. See, so Ashley's pushed me along this path. How about this? You have a ride and you got to make a show out of whatever ride. So there's going to be an animated show about one ride at the resorts. Yep. But it doesn't necessarily have to be like you can say Frozen because it's going to be a new show. That's okay. But you have your pick of any ride there. And the show's going to kind of be about the ride and the characters, not necessarily like think Frozen, right? You're not thinking about this overarching thing. You're thinking about the ride of Frozen and there's a show about it.
Expedition Everest.
Oh, Jeremy. Yeah, that's good. I go Country Bear Jamboree personally. There was a show. But
love presidents. No, I'm just kidding.
We're living in that one.
Well, I have a perfect answer for the reverse. Like, which show would I love to see a ride for? I would love to see a Phineas and Ferb roller coaster.
Oh, geez. Yeah.
All right, let's go. We'll go with that one then.
How did none of us say Haunted Mansion as a TV? Haunted Mansion.
There was already the
TV
movie.
Eddie Murphy movie.
Yeah, you make a TV series though. Make an animated TV series.
What if you took instead of knocking down the Alien and Stitch ride, you made it Gravity Falls?
I don't know what you would do with it.
Make it the Mystery Shack.
Yes,
Mystery
exactly.
Shack. Yep.
How is that even a question? That
Doesn't fit into Tomorrowland at all, though.
Who cares?
Exactly. Who cares?
First one fit in.
I care thematically. I think it's important.
Really, you care because Alien Encounters and Stitch thematically fit in there as well?
Yeah, and they're aliens. It's future. It's
What about
tomorrow.
Bill, though, the triangle guy? He's,
Bill Cipher.
Yeah, Bill Cipher.
He's
weird enough that he would fit over there.
There was the whole episode with the spaceship and everything too.
There was.
Yeah, you could kind of work it in. But I got one. Big Thunder Mountain as a series. It would be an old time Western, but it would have undertones of supernatural because there is the whole legend of the ghost train and everything. I think that would be a fun episode to watch.
Kay, do you have one? I feel like you haven't talked much. I feel like we've been,
I mean, you've mocked Jeffrey all episode, but you haven't really talked too much.
That's what I do. Turn a ride into a TV show
or movie.
I would do ride. I would do the safari. It could be.
Are you talking about like Kilimanjaro Safari or like?
Yeah, it could be educational or it could be hokey and weird. Yeah, you go either way.
All right, okay, I like it.
That's good.
How about we got a question from Francisco here. If Disney would offer
it's almost bedtime, just letting you know.
If Disney would offer a point-for-point trade to any resort without additional cost, where would you trade to and from and why? My answer to that is Copper Creek. I would love to own a Copper Creek, but I don't really want to pay Copper Creek prices yet.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, stay at Polly. Sorry.
I would do Grand Floridian, but there's no way I can afford Grand Floridian right now, so that's why we were looking at Riviera, because when we buy into it, because we want to buy direct first so that we can get our blue card and then buy more contracts on the resale market. And it's just what it is. We didn't get to pull the trigger on that before everything shut down. So, aww.
Can you say hi to everybody?
Say hi to the puppet.
Can you say hi? Look, did you see the puppet? Can you say hi? We're dressed as a princess today. We're dressed as a princess. Say hi.
Well, it doesn't it end in Y today, doesn't it?
Will you say hi?
Yeah.
No? Okay. No hi. Let's say bye bye then. Can you say bye bye?
Say bye bye.
All right. Go ahead, honey. Go ahead. Go with mommy. There we go. Sorry.
All right.
Yeah, we got the kid breakout now. So what were we saying? I'm sorry.
Point for point.
Point for point.
Moving to another.
I don't care enough about that, honestly. I don't care. I say anywhere. It doesn't matter.
Okay.
I already own it, Copper Creek, so I'm all set.
So there, Tom.
Yeah.
Take that.
I would definitely go with Riviera just because it's got the longest contract and, then I could give it to my kids because I'm going to be long gone at the end of the contract. So there's that.
See, Katie's thinking smart over here. She's thinking what's the most value, right? Mm-hmm. So I think the smart
gone,
move.
Do you really care?
What?
I said, when you're gone, do you really care?
Just
they could use it or potentially sell it at that point.
Well, that's true.
I don't care. So
I don't know about most value. Most value. Copper Creek is the last of the classic 14 without with the ability to swap points within the classic 14. So that might end up having the most value long term, even though it's got 3 years less than Riviera.
Jeremy, we're fantasizing here. The resale restrictions, the resale restrictions don't count. They don't count in this fantasy of ours.
I'm throwing it down for my home resort, though. Just like Trevor's proud of Polly, I'm proud of Copper Creek.
Gotta respect it.
That's true.
All right. Well, I think we should probably wrap this up. I think we've gone long enough here. So, Katie, Jeremy, Tiffany, thank you for joining us.
Thank you for having us.
You guys can drop out and we'll wrap this thing up and go from there. But thank you for joining us. It was fun. It was good to see your faces. You guys are always big contributors to the group, so we really appreciate that. So
I appreciate you having me on, and really appreciate seeing your faces and seeing Jeffrey. And one day I'll meet
Jeffrey.
Damon. So.
Right, bye. Someday I'll meet Damon too. So
someday. Okay. So Trevor, do you want to go ahead and wrap us up here?
Oh, geez, you're going to make me do this live?
Wait, can you do it in Jeffrey's voice?
What is Jeffrey's voice? Does Jeffrey have a voice?
Jeffrey has a voice. I've been working on it for a while, but I'm just going to leave it at that because I have not perfected his voice yet.
Okay, you don't want to hear me do voice impressions, so
Yeah, this is the first time you guys are really hearing us live. Normally I make us sound really good. I remove all of our really bad screw ups, so you don't really hear those things, but now you get to hear them. You're getting let behind the curtain. This is your very own behind the scenes tour at Disney, but it's for our show. So go ahead, Trevor.
Exactly. All right. So anything that you guys want to comment on, any oh geez.
I'm sorry. I put you on the spot here, and you're.
If you want to send us questions, comments, anything, our email address is welcomehomepodcast@gmail.com. We love hearing from you guys. Obviously, we've enjoyed talking to you on the live stream here. If you want to hit us up on Facebook, you can find us as welcomehomepodcast.com. If you have Twitter or Instagram, it's welcomehomepod or welcomehomepics. If you want to check out the website, that is welcomehomepodcast.com. You can find our last couple
horrible,
of episodes. Well, it's better than it was.
It was, but people are making fun of me now, like for the website, like not from our group, not from our group, but just people that I know. I'm embarrassed by it. So,
but yeah, you can go to the website and you can all marvel.
Don't go there. Don't go there.
Yeah, that's Jeffrey's saying don't go there. Jeffrey's saying no.
Yeah. Yeah,
he's embarrassed. He's hiding from it.
He's hiding. He's embarrassed. There's a lot of shame going on here.
Okay, so to make Jeffrey a little happier, if you want to get some merch, you can go to store.welcomehomepodcast.com. You can pick up a T-shirt or a mug or something like that. No pins or no hats; those are special. Sorry, guys, not going to see them yet. And if you found us via iTunes or Spotify or Google Play, we do like reviews on those platforms. We love hearing your reviews, and it also helps more people find the podcast. So please feel free to leave us a review the next time you happen to be on one of those pages.
Yeah, and this video, by the way, if you're just joining us now, this will be available for replay, so you can replay it right through the group. I'll also, I think I'll put this on YouTube, even though we don't really have much YouTube content. I will throw it on YouTube too, in case you want to watch it. And then, of course, tomorrow we'll have this as our regular podcast. So if you missed a lot of this, we'll have it.
If you missed, you want to watch the video though.
Yeah, the video
got to watch the video.
The video is more fun, but you can listen to both if you want to. There's a lot of funny visual things going on here, but you'll see the regular episode in your podcast app tomorrow. That'll be available regular time, like it usually is. So of course, don't forget to subscribe to Welcome Home Podcast so you can be reminded every time we release a new episode. What?
Can I say something? Can Jeffrey say something?
Yeah, go ahead, Jeffrey. Speak.
Thank you. So again, we're just a little behind in reviews from the other Welcome Home podcasts. We would really love it if we could have more reviews than them. I think that would help us because I really hate typing in Welcome Home Podcast and their podcast coming up first. And we have more listeners. We have more people. We just need more reviews on iTunes.
Yeah. So get on it, people. Get on it. So, and we were doing that thread before of, if you review us, let us know. And we are going to do some pin giveaways.
We are.
So if you haven't seen the pins yet, there's a picture in our Facebook group. Check that out. The pins are super cool.
Start working out.
Yeah, seriously, they are really cool. I can't wait to get them. I don't have them in hand yet, but I'm getting them soon. So as I was saying before, you can find us on Apple Podcasts, Google Play Music, Google Podcasts, TuneIn, Stitcher, Spotify, just about any podcast app you can find out there. Reminder to our listeners, as always, Welcome Home Podcast is for entertainment only. We are not employed by the Walt Disney Company, and as such, any and all opinions we express on the show are our own. So please consult a DVC cast member, just a regular cast member, for any of the information we talked about today. Huge thank you, as always, to DVC Resale Market for sponsoring this episode. We love them. Please go and check them out. Now is a good time to buy. It's a buyer's market, so go check them out. Join us next time for more Disney Parks discussion and, of course, more DVC talk. We hope to see you all real soon.
This is Skipper Albert AWOL, the voice of the jungle, signing off from Welcome Home Podcast on the DVC.
We do a huddle when we hit a chair. How she can cuddle is no man's affair. I looked around from pole to pole, found her in a sugar bowl, eating